Hi guys, this is Elisa with FusionDIY. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I take items that I find in a thrift store, in flea markets, and in yard sales, and I upcycle them and I put them for sale in my booth located at the Pickers Junction, 141 East Broad Street in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. But for the last couple of weeks, I've been on a different mission. I am cleaning out my parents' house of 60 years of accumulation of stuff. So my mom passed away in 2014, my dad passed away in 1985. So I am going through closets and going through drawers and going through files and trying to make sense of everything that's in there. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a thrift haul of sorts right from my parents' home. So let's get started. First, I will tell you I found this. This I believe was my dad's, and it is a beautiful vintage box. I believe at one time it was a music box because there is a hole here in the bottom, as you can see, and there's no mechanism, obviously, but I thought I can definitely do something with this box. So I am going to keep this and I am going to do some kind of a project, but look at the beautiful detail. Isn't that just beautiful? Yeah, I really liked it a lot. So I'm going to do something with that. What? I'm not sure, but I'm sure I'll do something fun with it. Then I found this, and I completely forgot about this. This was an apron that my mom made. It was a crafter's apron that she made many, many years ago, and it's got pockets. Obviously, it's a bib front. It's got pockets, but the nice thing about it is that it is reversible. So if you didn't want to use the other side, you could use this side. So I thought this was great. I'm probably going to hang on to this, and I am going to use this myself. So you may see this in future videos. I just thought it was so pretty, and I remember her making that, and so that has special memories for me. I found some tissue wrap, which I'm going to use. I can use that in decoupage. I can also use it in Christmas when I wrap gifts. Now this apparently, from what I understand from my brother, was a set of knives, forks, spoons that my mom packed away when they moved out of New York City, and I'll show you what they look like. They moved out of New York City and they moved to New Jersey, and she packed these away and never took them out of the shoebox. So there is an entire set here. I have had probably one of these forks in my home for the last 30 years, and it is starting to get very tired looking. So I am probably going to keep these, and I am going to use them myself. They do hold a lot of memories of my parents. I also found some very cool ephemera, and I will show you some of these beautiful vintage pieces that I found, and I'm going to come over to the camera so that you can see these up close. They really are beautiful. First is this very pretty card, Thinking of You. It is blank on the inside. I mean, not blank, it's not used is what I'm trying to say. And it's just a real pretty card. This is probably from the 1960s, I would imagine. And then I found a bunch of these. These were, I guess, little greeting cards that you would tuck in. This one says, I don't know if you can see it, Happy Birthday. And isn't that just the prettiest picture on the front of that? And then look what happens. It opens up to a little umbrella. This also is unused, and I thought that was just beautiful. So I am definitely going to use that. I'll probably sell it in a pack, an ephemera pack, either in my booth or on eBay. For somebody that does junk journals, these are just really, really great things to find. I found another one. This one is an anniversary card, and this is one that flips open. and then you can write an inscription in there. I have never seen these before, and I just think that they are so unique. So these will definitely get sold somehow, some way. And then I found another one that says congratulations. Look at this. Don't you love it? It's a congratulatory card. Again, it's never been used, and it's just a beautiful piece of ephemera. Again, I think these probably date from the 50s or the 60s, and I just love them. I also found some postcards, a bunch of these that I didn't really want to get rid of because I think somebody that does a junk journal probably will enjoy these. You can see over here that the stamp was a 3-cent stamp. That was a long time ago. So, and I have a bunch of those that I'll put into an ephemera pack. I also found this one as well. Isn't that just darling? This one is an anniversary card. It says up here, for or on your anniversary. And then this folds out. To the gayest, happiest, most wonderful pair, happy anniversary. You won't find a card like this nowadays, but I think it's just beautiful. Here is yet again another one. And look at the detail. I don't know what occasion this was for. Do I hope you're in the pink? Awful soon. Well, what do you think? So this was, I guess, a get well card. Oh, it says here, getting better, question mark, down here at the bottom. Just beautiful pieces of ephemera. I also found this one. This is a blank note card, and it says, I am up a tree. And look at the graphics on this. This was before there was any kind of, graphic artists, and just really, really neat pieces. And one more. Another letter. Here's another brother. Blank on the inside. I also found some coupons for Kodacolor film. And I thought that these would be so cool in an ephemera pack. So I'm definitely going to add those as well. So these I thought were really a great find, and I'm really hoping that somebody will get a lot of enjoyment out of these. Okay, what else did I find? I found a bunch of cameras. Now, some of you might know this camera. Those of you who are my age or older than me will recognize this. This is what's called a brownie camera, and the way that you use this camera was that you didn't look through here because there's a spot back there. What you did was you looked in here, and the image that you saw was upside down, but you could click it and take your picture. And then when you were finished taking your pictures, there is a way to open these. Here we go. Then you would take your film out, and the film, this was the size of the negative. So the negatives were about that large. I don't even know if they make film for these anymore, but this is a great find. And I remember my dad using this and taking us, my brothers and I, for a walk and using this camera to take pictures of us. So it does hold special memories, but listen, I can't keep everything. So I'm probably going to put this into my eBay auction, and we'll see if somebody wants to buy it. I also found this one. This is an Ansco ReadyFlex. Now, I really don't know too much about this camera. There is a manual in there, and it looks like it's missing some components. Nonetheless, a very old and vintage camera with the original strap, I might add. So I am going to list those in my eBay store, and hopefully somebody will, or my eBay auction actually, and hopefully somebody will pick those up. And then this is a flash to go with that Ansco camera. Look at this. Can you believe it? That's what they used back in the day, and then you put a bulb in here, and then when you wanted to take a picture with a flash, you had to change the bulb out every single time. So really neat pieces of history and pieces from my youth that I really enjoyed finding while I was on the hunt today. So those, like I said, I'll take care of those pretty soon. I'll put those in my eBay store. What else did I find? I found a pair of silver candlesticks, and you have to please disregard the dust. They are very dirty and they are very tarnished, but they are a pair of, what does it say? Sterling, I'm trying to read it. Sterling reinforced with cement. Okay, so that makes them heavy. There's two of them. I'm going to clean them up. I don't know if I'm going to polish them. What do you guys think? Should I polish them or should I leave the patina on them? Let me know, because I really want to figure out what I should be doing with those. And there's a lot of dust on everything, so I'm going to try to keep the dust to a minimum. Speaking of cameras, I also found my aunt's Kodak camera. My aunt passed away in 1992, I believe, and this was her Kodak Instamatic. And look at what else I found to go with it. I couldn't believe it when I found this. Let's see if I can. Do you guys remember this? The cube, the flash cube. You would put it on the camera and then you would take your picture, and then the flash cube would flip around to the next one. And after you took 4 pictures, you'd have to remove the flash cube and put a new one on there. So again, this will probably go into my into my eBay store, and I will try to auction that off as well. It's in great condition. The strap is leather, the case is leather. She took very good care of it. So yeah, I'm anxious to be able to get that to someone who will really enjoy it. Again, I found some rickrack, 2 packages of rickrack. My mom was a seamstress, so I found a lot of stuff that was just a jumbled mess that I really couldn't do anything with, unfortunately. But, you know, I felt that the things that I could salvage, I definitely would. I found a bunch of shoe horns. So some of you may remember these. This is how you put your shoes on. If they were tight, you would slip this into the back by your heel and then help pull up the shoe with the shoe horn. So I thought these were great, and I'm probably going to put those in my booth and see if somebody is interested in those. And then I found a little bit more contemporary. You can see that I wrapped them in old curtains. I found some very cute, very dirty little bunnies. And there are 3 of them. They are white and they've got pink eyes. That's 1, 2, and here's the 3rd one. Aren't they cute? Yeah, so I think what I'll probably do is wash these and set them aside for Easter, and then I will put them in my booth for the spring. Okay, I think that's it on this box, and we're going to put some of these things back in there because I need to sort through and figure out what's going where. So we will do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, on to the next box. Before we do that, we'll go to this. This apparently was a dot snappers kit where you could actually attach snaps to clothing. And this I'll probably put in with the ephemera pack. There's this one, and then there's this one. Look at the beautiful vintage designs on this. This is a brand new pack. It's never been opened. Neither has the other one. And I don't know if this is the only piece that this comes in this box, but there are directions in the bottom of the box. So I think what I'll do is I will read the directions, see how it works, and then, I don't know, either put it in my booth or I will sell it on eBay to someone who could really use it. Okay, so that is going to be going into my eBay tote. I found some vintage thread. This is a thread box. And look at these wooden threads. Aren't they great? I'm probably going to sell these because I have so much thread. I'm a quilter, so I have tons of thread. I don't necessarily need these, and maybe what I'll do is I'll just bundle them all into a mason jar and sell them that way. And here comes Mr. Ryan. What would you like? Oh yeah? Okay. I also found this, another thread box. This one too. The wooden spools are very, very popular nowadays. The box is also a great find. So for somebody who needs that, I will probably put that in my eBay shop as well. And then look at this. I don't know if this was a shoe shine brush. I'm not sure what it was, but it's in great condition, and I will most likely be putting this in my booth and selling that in my booth. Okay, that takes care of that, and we'll put these things back in. Just trying to keep things organized so that I'm not overwhelmed by all the stuff on my kitchen counter. All right, next up, Mr. Ryan again. I found this picture frame, and this picture frame is, I don't recall what was in here. Nonetheless, I took the picture out and I'm going to use it for a craft project. It's in great condition. It looks like it's brand new. I mean, aside from the dust, it looks like it's brand new. So I am going to use that myself. I also found this very cute Santa Claus tin. This would be great for Christmas with some Christmas cookies or Christmas desserts on it, on your table. It's got excellent color. It's really in nice shape, and I actually really do love the picture of Santa and the little toys down at the bottom. I just think this is really sweet. So I will probably put that in my booth as we get closer to Christmas as well. Now, I will tell you that I found, and I don't know what happened to it, I found these tins. There's a pair of them, and these are the English candy tins. Again, please excuse the dust. Decorative design on this container is the copyright of George W. Horner and Company, Chester L.E. Street, County of Durham, made in England. And just very, very pretty. Just has a really pretty color to it. Look at the flowers on them, are beautiful. Like I said, it is very dusty, so I got to clean all that off, and I will. And then here is the second one. But in the second one, there is a teacup, and I'll show you that in a moment. So I'll probably sell them as a pair, I would imagine, both in really good condition, no dents, and just really pretty. So those are something that I remember in my childhood growing up with. This teacup I thought was really pretty, so I grabbed that. And what does it say? It looks to me, Rosini, Japan. There is nothing on the bottom of the plate, and I don't want to remove the the label on the bottom of the cup. So I'm just going to leave it as is, Rossini, Japan, and I just thought it was really pretty, so I'm taking that. I also have this one. This one is also very dirty. The pattern is Moss Rose, and it's diamond china, made in Japan. I thought that was pretty too. This one has a tiny little chip right here. But you know, if you're displaying it and you put the chip to the back of the piece of furniture, whether it's your china closet or what, you'll never know. People will never know that there's a chip to it. I found these two candlesticks, which I thought were really kind of neat. This one, again, these are so dirty, and I'm so sorry. I apologize. I just got home, and I wanted to show you guys, shoot this video to show you. But these are a pair of candlesticks, and they are really, really pretty with a rose pattern. They have a brass base, and then, of course, the brass holder for the candle as well as your hand. So like I said, those will be probably going into my booth as well, and I'm hoping to get those into my booth soon. And then finally, this was a basket that my mom got a couple of years, well, a number of years ago. Obviously, stuff has been sitting around for a while. This basket is very sturdy, and I think it was one of those that came, it was either a Hickory Farms basket or a Harry and David basket. But look at the handles. The handles are ceramic, both of them. And then there's a ceramic cardinal on the front. And the basket is in really good condition. There's no cracks, no breaks or anything like that. So I don't know if I'll put this in my booth or if I'll put it in on my eBay. In eBay, I don't know. It's yet to be determined. So I'm going to put this stuff away, and then I'll be back in a moment. So don't go away. Okay, finally, box number 3. Here we go. Again, these are things that were in my mom's house. Again, very, very filthy dirty, but when it's cleaned, washed up, it'll be beautiful. There is a sugar pot and a creamer, and I will most likely put these in my booth as soon as tomorrow. I also found there was a knife set that was in here. It's an 8-piece knife set. I don't know where these came from. My brother seems to think that my uncle might have purchased them, but they are brand new. They've never been used, in great condition. So I'm probably going to keep those, because who doesn't need a good set of steak knives, right? So I'll probably keep those for myself. I also found this mug. It is a 75th anniversary mug for New Milford, New Jersey, and it's cute. It's got the lid that keeps your coffee or whatever you're drinking, keeps it warm. It's got a nice patina. 75th anniversary was 1981. And so yes, and it looks like it's a numbered piece, number 74. So I will most likely put that in my eBay store, because this is not something, it's not local, so it probably wouldn't sell locally. I found this very cute vintage cat. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? And now let me see what it says. It's hard to read, but I just love this cat. Look at her. Isn't she sweet? There's no chips, no cracks, a lot of dust, but she really is sweet and in great condition. So I will most likely put her in my booth tomorrow as well. I also found this porcelain unicorn, which I thought was really sweet. White porcelain unicorn. That will also go into my booth most likely tomorrow. And then I found a couple of apothecary jars. Here, Here's one. Here is the second one. Or actually, you know what? I think it goes the other way. I think this one goes there, and this one goes on there. So there's those two. And then there is a smaller one right there. So I will put these in my booth in time for Christmas because I think these would look really cute with candy, Christmas candy in them. And so I'm just going to take some time to clean those and wash them up. This is from the Sheffield Mint. It is a fine English pewter mug. And this is great. This is a really nice mug. It's in great condition. And it's clear on the bottom. So yeah. So we'll see what we can do with this. See if we can sell that as well. Let's see. I found a set of coasters, and these are vintage. They're filthy, but they are vintage. And it looks like these are, I don't know if they're emperors of Rome. I'm not sure what they are, but there's a set of 8. And so I will clean those up and put those in my booth tomorrow too. Okay, the rest is personal papers, things like my mom's, my dad's death certificate, and other things like that that I'm not going to show you guys, but that's what else is in here. And so now I just want to go on and show you some of the amazing linens that I found. I don't think my mom ever threw away any linens that she got. Look at this. Brand new in the package, never opened. They still have the wrap around them. These are a set of 3 socks from Brookstone. They are very, very cushy. They really look very nice. Like I said, they've never been used, never even been opened. So my hands are dirty, so I'm not going to touch them, but I'll probably put those either in my booth or I'll put them on eBay and I will get rid of those. This is a very, very pretty tablecloth. Look at the handwork in that. Back in the day, young ladies, before cell phones, before television and everything else, they would sit and they would embroider at night. And so this was done, and it looks like it was crocheted at the top. It's in excellent condition. These stains, and I want to show you, if you ever come across, I see it's got a little bit of a hole in it. I might be able to repair that. But if you ever come across vintage linens and you see these brown stains, see the brown stain there? These are not gravy stains. They're not, stains from being used. They are stains they're actually rust stains. And so I have a friend who actually dates quilts, and I found a quilt at a rummage sale, and she dated the fabrics in the quilt. She said between 1900 and 1930, I think she said, and there were several brown stains on it that I thought were just stains from use, but it turned out that was not the case. They were rust stains. So this is a piece of fabric. My mom used it for something, I'm not sure what, or maybe she didn't use it. Maybe she just bought it in anticipation of using it, but she never did. So I'll probably put that in my booth. Fabric in my booth sells very well. So There is a large Mennonite community not too far from where I am. Look at this fringe. Don't you love it? There's a whole pile of fringe. And obviously the fringe has never been used because it's still tied at the bottom. So that's an indication that it was purchased, never used. And so I will probably put that in my booth as well. I don't really have any kind of pillows or anything that I want to put fringe on, so I'm not going to keep it. Here's a little doily. It's got a little bit of a hole right there, but you know what? That's okay. You put a plant underneath, on top of it, and you'll never see it. Some hankies. I think this is a table runner. Yeah, I think. Or maybe it's just a small tablecloth. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? I just love it, and it's in good condition. It's still got the starch in it, so I'm wondering if it's ever even been used. So I will probably sell that as well. Just a bunch of doilies back in the day. You know, somebody crocheted all these, and I have the real tiny crochet hooks to prove it. Here's another one, very pretty. I also came across some beautiful other vintage tablecloths. I mean, a lot of these are just doilies. There's round ones, there's square ones, there's oblong ones. So I will put these, I don't know if I'll put them, I'll probably put them in my booth just because I want to, you know, get rid of them fairly quickly. Look at these. These are napkins. And are these not beautiful? Look at the work. And it goes all the way around. Right? So somebody worked very hard on these. Again, there's some staining on them, but I'm going to try to get the stains out. And if I can't, I'll just sell them, you know, and let the price reflect that there are some staining. There's some staining in them. I'm not overly concerned about that because they are vintage, and they're telling stories, that's for sure. So that is this pack. Then I came across, and I can't believe that my mom kept this. This was a sweatshirt that I made for her many years ago, and she wore it on special occasions. I do remember her wearing it. But what I did here was, this was a blue sweatshirt, a regular crew neck sweatshirt, and what I did was I cut it up the center, and then I added this real pretty fabric around the neck and down the front and around the sleeves as well. And I do remember her wearing it. It is very large. I think I got a 3XL because I wanted her to be able to wear it as a jacket outside as layering. So I'm probably going to have to take it in if I'm going to wear it, and I would really love to be able to do that. I'm going to have to take it in, which is really no big deal. It's just, you know, some seams up the side and along the sleeves as well. But I'm definitely going to wash it. Look at how pretty the pockets turned out. And at first I thought maybe she made this, but then when I started to think about this, I was like, no, I made this. I remembered making it. So yeah, that was a nice find. I found a bunch of tablecloths. It's amazing. I don't think my mother ever threw anything away, but she was a child of the Depression era, and they didn't throw anything out. So this is a really nice linen tablecloth, and I love it. I'm probably not going to keep it because I have no room for any of this stuff. This one is just a plain white. Here is a turquoise one that I thought was really pretty. This is the back of it. So that's another one. I found this and I thought this was darling. Look at this. A red and white checked tablecloth, and it is so cute. Look at the embroidery around it. It goes all the way around too, and it's in excellent condition. I don't even know that it was ever that it was ever used. Certainly with 4 children, 4 very rambunctious and very messy children, she didn't put it out when we were around, that's for sure. Some more napkins. Another one. This tablecloth actually came from Germany. So my father was of German ancestry. He was born in Berlin, and this he brought with him when he came to the United States. He came over around 1910, and his father had been a train conductor, and which was a fairly prestigious position back in Germany, back in the 1800s. But unfortunately, his father was killed when 2 train cars came together. I guess he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he was killed. And so my grandfather then was young at the time, so his oldest sister sent him to be a baker's apprentice, and that's how he made his money. He was a baker all of his life, had a shop in Manhattan, which is where he met my grandmother, and the rest is history, as they say. Look at this one with the cherries. I think that's just beautiful. That will be so pretty for spring. And this one is in really good condition. Look at this. I think this is a handkerchief. And look at the detail in that. Isn't that pretty? So that's a handkerchief. I'll probably wash that and then I'll press it. And guys, let me tell you, I found handkerchiefs. Oh my goodness, so many. Here's some more of those napkins. And then I think I must have found every single apron that my mother ever owned. And it wouldn't surprise me if she was the one that actually made these. So this is a full-size apron. Which is very 1950-ish. I'm going to iron this, and wash it and iron it, and then I will put that for sale in my booth. And I found a bunch of them. They're all very similar. This one I think is a half apron. Cute, right? So that one, I found a plaid one. I think this is a half apron as well. Nope, this is a full apron. And I'm sure that some of this my mom inherited from her mom. This one also I thought was really cute. This is a full apron as well. Love the fabric. And then a bunch of white tablecloths, white linen tablecloths. Here's you know what? I think I might have lied to you guys. Was this the one from Germany? This was not the one from Germany. This was just a tablecloth that came from my aunt. This is the one from Germany. So here it is. And it's got the different locations in Germany, and it's all written in German. So I just thought that was really pretty, and you know, with my Germanic heritage, I figured, oh, wash it, see how it turns out, and maybe I'll keep it. And then I found a bunch of dresser scarves that are, and I know you guys have probably seen these, the dresser scarves with the embroidery on them. I just find these to be so pretty. And this one is in really, really good condition. It looks like it was just washed and pressed and put away and never used again. So for the most part, one more. This one, which I thought was pretty. Oh, there is one other one that I want to show you yet too. This one too. This is a small tablecloth for a square table. And then there was one other one that I need to find that I don't know if I can find it right now. It was a blue one. A hand towel, believe it or not. Very, very indicative. Here it is, of the era. So this is a hand towel that you would have found in a bathroom or, you know, in a kitchen. Isn't that pretty? 3 shades of blue. Love it. So that is basically what I have found in my parents' house in this thrift haul. And some of it I will be keeping, some of it, most of it, I will be selling, and going to get it into my booth, and some of it I'll get onto eBay. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, because it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I release another video, you'll be notified. And I want to thank you for joining me again today, and I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome week, guys. Bye.